Yep,
Yep.
just got the message.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, there we go. Hey,
Did
everybody.
you hear
So,
me, Coach John?
you. What was that, Karen?
I asked Patty if she wanted a pretty model with you.
Oh, I like
Are
that.
you up for it?
Oh, absolutely. That's a great idea.
Okay.
I love it. All right. Let me
I'll
get
do
into
one, you do two.
ones and twos. All right. Here we go. Are you going to do the first line? How about you
Yep,
do the first line?
I'll do the first line.
All right. Let's take a practice breath and maybe a little practice stretch before we do maybe a stretch, do a little practice, a little twist. All right. Let's all think about our posture maybe a little bit. Think about if we're standing, trying to get into like a good posture. And if we're sitting down, maybe try to engage our core a little bit. And go ahead. You can count it down too.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in the good.
Breathe out the bad.
Breathe in the happy.
And breathe out the sad.
Breathe in your best.
And breathe out the worst.
And breathe in your power.
So you reach your goals first. Woo! I like that. That was good. Everybody, that's kind of fun. You know, me and my mom, I believe a long time ago, we probably I know we used to sing. We used to sing together and probably a lot of other musical melodies, you know, where maybe I was used to play trombone. She might have been playing the piano. But again, it's always kind of fun, everybody, when you get to kind of do something with your mom. And, you know, if you're with somebody that you care about and you want to share that breathing motto with them, go ahead and do that. Because again, not only is it kind of a good thing to share, but it's going to be good for you. It's going to get the oxygen in your body. It's going to help you with your mind to kind of focus kind of on the moment, kind of think about what's going on with you at that moment. And it can also be very, very calming. You know, if you're feeling stressed out, you know, some of our friends have talked about, you know, maybe they're getting on an airplane, or maybe they had a presentation or something to do, or maybe they were in like a world championship competition and they were feeling nervous and they did the breathing motto and it was amazing. It was after the breathing motto, they weren't as nervous anymore. And I think even in some cases, they might have been feeling confident, which that's the whole point of exercise, is for us to be able to feel confident and to know that when we have a new challenge or if we're faced with something that kind of makes us worried, that we can get through that and we can get through it with breathing. So let's go ahead and have a sip of water.
Could how are you feeling? Coach on by Nick.
So I'm feeling much better. Thanks, Nick, for asking. I definitely have I have my energy back, and I have my thoughts and everything are back in my head really well. But my stomach is still kind of upset, and I haven't really been hungry still. So I'm still eating, but I kind of feel, I've noticed that like I don't really feel hungry, even if I don't eat anything. And so that's important for me. I kind of have a little bit of an eating schedule where I try to make sure I'm getting in like my protein shakes and I'm getting in my healthy snacks, and then I'm getting in my dinner that I have in a good kind of sequence. And so I'm hoping that everything's going to get all worked out in my stomach and my digestive system. And you know, I can even help maybe kind of get things better by working on my core a little bit today. So maybe we'll do some of that. You can see, everybody, I got a red ball here. This is a big red ball. I was down at my old storage unit earlier and I saw it and I said, hey, that's a great, I remember that red ball. So we're going to bring it along and probably do a few exercises using a bouncy ball. So the bouncy ball is a little different from a medicine ball in that it's not heavy at all. And of course, the bouncy ball is also going to be soft. So if you have the bouncy ball and you get bumped by it, or you drop it or something, It's not going to be too big of a deal. Of course, it is going to want to roll away, so be prepared for that. But unlike the medicine ball, it won't be super heavy. So let's go ahead and let's do some head and neck exercises. Let's go ahead and do something we haven't done in a while. And it's a good one to do because it's going to be 10 moves with the neck, or not 10, we're going to do 9. There we go. 9 moves with the neck. And it's going to be the numbers 1 through 9. That's how I know there's going to be 9 moves. So let's go ahead and think about the number 1. And let's do the fancy number 1. Everybody, you know what I mean when I say the fancy number 1. It's the number 1 with the little angle at the top and down at the bottom. It even has like a little base. So let's go ahead and do that fancy number 1. So let's get our posture back like we had it at the Breathe Amato. I'm going to start down here at the bottom this way. I'm going to go across the bottom to the middle, go up to the top, and then I'm going to come down, kind of at a little angle. Let's go back up, bringing it back down, going back over this way to the left for me, and over this way to the right. And so again, I'm just drawing out an imaginary number 1. Now I'm going to go with the number 2. Again, I'm going to kind of start down at the bottom for this one. So I'm starting down at the bottom of the 2, and we're going to go all the way across the bottom. Now you have to do kind of the question mark move. So we're going to go up, and then we're going to curve around for the top of the 2. Now let's do it again. Curve around, diagonal line down, and then going across the bottom. Woo. The number 2 in itself is just a great head and neck movement. If you're thinking about warming up your head and neck, you can think about, I'm going to do some number 2s, and you're getting diagonal lines, you're getting straight lines, and you're getting a curved line. That's a really good number to do. All right, let's go with the number 3. So I'm going to start up at the top for the number 3, and we're going to go around to the middle, bringing it down, going around across the bottom. And this is all round. These are all, think about to yourself, kind of a circle, semicircle type shape. It's all going to be round shapes. All right, now we're going to go with number 4. So 4 is going to be all straight lines. So let's do the triangle 4. Let's do the closed off 4. So let's go ahead and go all the way up. Let's go down at an angle to the side and then across the front. Again, this is another really good straight line one where we're going to go across. I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to come down. Woo. So far, my favorite has been number 4 and number 2. If any of you happen to notice a little bug or anything crawling on me, feel free to let me know. I just had a little bug. I think it was on my ear. All right, let's go with the number 5, and let's start the number 5 at the very top. So we're going to go all the way up. I'm looking up at the sky, looking up at the trees, and I'm going to go across the top, down just a little bit, and now here we're going to make a big circle almost all the way around. Let's go ahead and reverse that circle, bringing it around, bringing it up, bringing it across, over, and up a little more, and then all the way across the top. So that's what's kind of neat about that number 5. I liked it is that when I came around this way, and then I had to go up a little bit and over. It was kind of a neat way of getting my head up into that position. And again, the number 5, that's another really good one. Still 2 and 4, I really enjoyed so far. Let's go to number 6. All right, so number 6, I'm going to start up at the top. Again, looking up at the sky, and I'm going to go with the number 6 pretty slow. So let's do a slow number 6, bringing it down, bringing it around, all the way around through here. And now we have to make that circle, and we're going to kind of connect in the middle right there. And then let's bring it back all the way around. And again, if you're moving fast, try to move slow. Try to think about the tempo. You know, Byron, he's done a lot of tempo in the past. We're speeding things up, slowing things down. So that was the number 6. Let's go ahead and do the number 7. This one's going to be pretty easy. Let's start down at the bottom. So I'm going down at the bottom of the 7. I'm going to go up all the way up, looking up at the sky, and across the top, bringing it back across, and then back down. All right. the number 8. There's a couple ways you can do the number 8. You can do the infinity sign, or you can do 2 circles. So I'm going to do the infinity sign. If you want to do that with me, you can. If you want to do 2 circles, that's the number 8 as well. So I'm going to start right in the middle, and then I'm going to work my head. I'm going to go up all the way to the top, bringing it around, coming down through the middle again, going down, going all the way down below, going up around the side, back through the middle again. And I'm going to go one more time with 2 8s. Here we go, bringing it down, coming around through here, bringing it down and up, and then back into the middle. Number 8's kind of fun. Let's go with the number 9. Still just working on our neck here and working on kind of our thoughtfulness of our patterns. Let's go ahead and go down from down. Let's go up. And then again, just working around a little semicircle for the number 9. So going up and then kind of down straight right there. You could also do the number 9 kind of like the number 6, where you could have it where it's curvy, and then you're going to uncurve it all the way around and then all the way down. Next one, oh, that was it. That was 1 through 9. I keep thinking there's always going to be a 10, but of course there isn't a 10. Let's go ahead and do it, the 0. We didn't do the 0. We started off with 1, and that'll make it a 10. That makes it feel right. Let's go ahead and do the 0, which is just going to be, again, moving our head. I'm not tilting my chin up too high. If you pay attention to that, you'll see I'm not really lifting my head back like a chin tilt. I'm almost, it's just like I'm looking up at an airplane, or something that's far away. Kind of looking just like up and out. And again, just kind of bringing my head. And what I'm trying to do with that in a lot of ways is bring my head into kind of like a neutral position, kind of a nice, comfortable position. Let's have a sip of water. Let's see if the ball's going to stay here. I don't know. I'm already getting my trapezius going. I'm like, I don't know if it's going to stay or not. You can see it wants to move.
Carla, he's thinking through Ninja. His elbows coming goes on.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Nice. Thank you, Carla. Oh, look, there it goes. It did move. I wasn't sure if it was going to move or not. I'll tell you what, we'll put it on the ground. That way it's already down there. And if it rolls away, it is. It's going to roll up. I'll get it in just a little bit. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't even know if it was going to move or not. Remember, the classic I don't know is that shoulders going up. And let's go ahead like we do know what we're doing. And let's bring them up, kind of doing double shoulder lift where we have 2 shoulders going up. Let's go ahead and keep that double shoulder lift going for just a little bit more. And then let's go to a single shoulder lift. You can decide which one you want to do. I'm going to do my right side. So here we go. So just now, one side, up and down, keeping it going on that one side. And you can try to lift it up. Also try to move it down. It's one thing to kind of lower it back down to without thinking and just kind of going to, where it turns around. But you can maybe go, look at that. You can get a little bit lower. Look, I'm moving it down. It's almost like I'm trying to get it in my back pocket. So going up and down. Let's switch over to the other side. So switching over to the other shoulder. Got that shoulder moving again. Up and down. Reaching down with it. Reaching down, trying to get my elbow down into my pocket. Remember, I'm in a seated position with this. So trying to get my elbow set up in a good position. Up and down. Let's go for 5 more of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's go to elbows. Let's do a double elbow raise. So we had a double shoulder trapezius raise. Now we're going to go with a double elbow raise. And this one's the chicken wing. We're just bringing it out to the side. Bringing it out to the side. Nice job. Keep it going. Let's go ahead and do a few more of these. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do just one arm. And we're going to go forwards and backwards. So we're going to bring it up, chicken wing. Let's go 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Try to stay in a good strong position. 1. And now let's go forward and backwards with an elbow. So this is just going to be with one. Just one elbow. We're moving it forwards, bringing it backwards. Great job, everybody. Keep it going forwards, backwards, Let's do about 5 more of these and switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch it up to the other side. There we go. We'll go for about 10 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that elbow moving. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now what I want us to try is something fun. We're going to go 1 chicken wing, and then we're going to go 1 elbow up. So we go chicken wing and then elbow. And let's see if we can get them to where they're kind of moving in a kind of alternating, reciprocating motion. So we have 1 moving at one time, 1 moving at the other. And you can see I got it going here. So we're going up, and I have my pattern where I'm going up and back. And I'm going, there we go, forward and out. And so again, I have that pattern kind of locked in. One arm's going forward, one arm's going backwards. This is kind of like the brain twister, forward and backwards. Let's try to switch it up now. So again, one of them is going to go forward and backwards. This one's going to go up and down. And I switched up my pattern. Look at that, everybody. This is a different pattern. I'm going to call this one the Popeye because it feels like I'm doing like something Popeye the Sailor Man would do when he's excited. And so look at that, everybody. So 1 elbow up and the other elbow is also up, but one's in front and 1 is to the side. And that's where this again becomes something that you got to think about. Let's go 5 more of these. 5, 4, down and up, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh. If you did that, if you were doing that along with me, you're going to feel like, wow, that's interesting how well I was able to kind of get that pattern after just trying it for just a few times. You're also going to notice that, you know what, we have some, muscles that are awake in our upper body. We have some communication going now. The deltoids, definitely. The trapezius has become engaged. And I feel like our mind is more in control and in kind of contact with these muscles that we call our shoulders. Remember, our shoulders, they not only are the foundation for our head and neck, but they also provide the attachment points for our arms. So our limbs, if you have your arms are going to be attached at the area of your shoulder. So there's a lot of really neat stuff going on here. You also are going to have your shoulders, in a lot of ways, are also a part of your core. The core is kind of from here down, but right above that are, again, muscles that attach to your shoulders. So the shoulders are very important. A lot of times, if we have healthy shoulders, we're going to find that our posture is going to be improved. We're also going to have maybe less of a strain on muscles that are in our head and neck. And again, a lot of that is, again, balancing out, having a forward posture or a rolled posture. So let's go ahead and work on some exercises to bring that posture back. And let's work on where we're going to bring our hands in and we're going to bring our hands all the way out. Then let's go up into a Y. We'll come down into the W, and then we'll come back together. So let's do that kind of sequence. And when we're doing it, really think about the middle of your upper back. So you can see on my shirt, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of like surfboards or something right here. And so in the middle of my upper back, I want to think right here. I'm pulling these muscles, these surfboards, I'm pulling them apart. And so I'm bringing them here. And then when I go back like this, I'm thinking of like I'm trying to smush all those surfboards like an accordion. Think about like an accordion. I'm taking those surfboards and bringing them up. Now, when I go up, I'm thinking about those surfboards are kind of turning into like a V. In the surfboards, they're also going up. And then again, when I come back down into the W, I'm thinking about like I'm maybe kind of bending those surfboards. I'm bringing them down, and then I'm going to bring it back into the front. So we're going to go from like, the first exercise will be, like I said, so we'll go up from here, we'll come out through here, we'll go up all the way, back into the W, and then back again. And when you're doing that, think about all of this area here on both sides of your shoulders. So if you want to do this with one arm, you could do it with one arm where you could just be up, coming out this way, reach up. Like if I was trying to reach up to this tree, that's going to get my scapula here to kind of lift up this time. And then when I bring it back, it's almost like I'm trying to put my elbow, kind of like I'm trying to scratch my hip or something like that. I'm going to bring my elbow down and then bring it back in. So let's go ahead and go for, I'm thinking 10. I'm thinking 10. There's multiple people in the park watching me right now. And I think we should do a couple of these. I think if we do enough, they're going to make, I want to see if one of them will try. I'm going to be watching them. And I think I'm going to see if one of these guys is going to try this exercise out. All right. So let's start up in the middle. Here we go. So we're going to call this an H. Let's go from an I to an H to a Y to a W and then back to I. So we're going H, Y, W, I. H, Y, W. I'm going to do just one side. I. H, reaching up for the Y, back for the W. We're going to go to the other side. I. H, reaching up for the Y, down for the W. I, H, up for the Y, down for the W. We got about 4 more of these to go. H, up, 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 down, 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 into the middle, out to the side, up real high, down real low. 2 more. In the middle, up to the sky, down real low, into the middle. Last one. H, Y, W, and I. Now, if you're like me, you might have muscles that are firing up right now, and you're going to notice that it's not the typical deltoid feeling. It shouldn't be, even though you were using that muscle. You were engaging the muscles of your scapula. And remember, this is like we talked about in the last workout. You know, if we were to fly, if we were flyers, we wouldn't fly like this. We would fly where we're laying down, and we probably have our arms. And so we'd be using probably the whole part of our upper back. It wouldn't just be the deltoids. That's too small of a muscle to probably lift us. So a lot of times when we think about, oh, if human was going to fly, would it be with the arms flapping up and down? But it probably wouldn't be, because of the scapula and all the strong muscles that are attached back there. That would be where our wings would go. And sometimes the scapula is even kind of referred to as like the wings muscle. Sometimes you have what's called a winged scapula. And that's going to be, if you're looking at yourself, it's hard because it's in your back. And if you see somebody else and their scapula looks like it's very, very, very far apart. Like it's almost they're like moving away from each other. And you can almost feel like, wow, there looks like those scapulas, both of those shoulder blades are very far apart, very close to the edge of kind of the torso. That's going to give us some indications that we want to look at some of the muscles in the upper back, trying to strengthen them, trying to bring the posture in, and also probably doing a lot of massage. You know, we don't talk enough about massage, and probably a lot of us don't do enough massage. But you know, if everybody's had it before, to where somebody's kind of worked on your muscles, and maybe they kind of were kneading on you, or kind of, you know, just kind of working on the shoulders or working on your legs. And so when you get massage, and when you have people who work and do what's called body work, that can also help to create proper balances in the body where we have too much tension. So if everybody's listening right now, if you have an ability to find someone who can, you know, do a massage, you can let them know what's bothering you. Maybe it's your hand or your wrist, and so they would massage probably your forearm, right? Because of what's in here, also the hand and the wrist. If you were having maybe pains in the shoulders, they might massage your trapezius or deltoids, but also maybe even the triceps and the biceps. If again you're having like issues in the upper body, there could be all types of muscles in your upper body that are going to be tense and they're going to be tight. And when that gets worked on, that can be over time, that can be relaxed and it can help kind of bring you to balance. Ooh, I got a little bug on my water. Let's have some water, everybody. Don't drink the bug accidentally. I'm going to leave him there. He has no idea he's coming so close to being drunk down. He's hanging out. He didn't know what's going on. That's okay. He's a good bug. All right, everybody. So we got our head moving, we got our shoulders moving, we got our arms moving a little bit. I liked it. I think we did it on Monday. Let's do it again. And this was that squeeze exercise. So what we're going to do an armpit squeeze. And then what did we have? We had a core squeeze, right? And then let's go ahead and let's do a squeeze with the neck. Let's go ahead and add a turtleneck into that. So armpit squeeze, core squeeze, turtleneck. And then let's do a squeeze where we push our arms together. So we have 4. Let's go with that. So remember, everybody, when you're doing a squeeze, you're going to be applying muscular pressure. When you do like the core squeeze, you're not going to use your hands. Of course, you're just squeezing your muscles. Just like if I squeeze my fist and put my hand into a fist, I can kind of squeeze my muscles. I can make them tight. Right now they're tight. Right now they're relaxed. It's just like my hands open. And a lot of us can do that too. We can have that type of engagement with some of these deep muscles inside our core. And that's what we want to practice. Same thing with our armpit. You know, right now my armpit, it's just there. It's not really doing anything. But when I try to squeeze my arm against my side, I feel a lot of muscle fire up in here. And it really makes me feel strong, as if this arm is connected very, very securely to my body. So that's a good feeling. And that's what I want you to have too. So we're going to go armpit squeeze, core squeeze, turtleneck, which is kind of like a squeeze. If you think about it, we're squeezing the vocal cords, because when we do that turtleneck and we engage these muscles in the back of our neck and we bring our head back that way, we're creating that tension and pressure. And again, it's similar to a squeeze. And then the last one, again, putting our hands together. You can do it hands together and just squeeze. You could put like a fist into a hand and squeeze. You could even do fingertips. If you wanted to do fingertips, you could put fingertips and do a squeeze. But the goal, if you're able to, is to try to bring both hands together and try to apply pressure from both arms into each other and feel how your abdominal muscles fire up. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Armpit squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Core squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to go turtleneck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hand pressure. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it again. Armpit squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Core squeeze. Here we go. Oh, I got myself there. I almost popped right as I was squeezing. 2, 1. Turtleneck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The turtleneck, I should have called it a frog neck. I got a frog in my throat. And let's go. Pressure squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this one more time. Here we go. Applying pressure. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And turtleneck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what it is. And here we go. I was going giraffe neck. Let's go. Pressure squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Doing the turtleneck and trying to count. I have a little frog in my throat, and there we go. It's gone. But that was kind of funny. Every time I tried to count doing the turtleneck, I had like a little itchy throat. And again, that's kind of it's showing. I don't have an itchy throat right now. And that's the kind of thing, is that when we're applying that pressure, when I'm going back like this and I'm squeezing muscles, it's going to change some things up. And in this case, it kind of created a little tickle in my throat. it created a reaction. It created a cough. Everybody understand, when you have a cough, that's your body in a lot of ways, it's trying to reject something, and it's trying to make sure that your airway is clear. And we want to make sure, when we're coughing, that if we have to clear something, and that's why you'll hear people say, I need to clear my throat. And so again, we're trying to clear our airways. We're trying to make sure that our body has a good passage there. And that's why your body's going to do that naturally. You don't have to think about it. And coughing, just like sneezing, those are things that often you don't think about it. But you know what? They're movements that happen in the body. They're muscles that are engaging, and especially in sneezing, there's muscles in the face that are. I mean, if you've ever seen a sneeze in slow motion, oh my gosh, check that out! You'd see all the different parts of the face and the way that they move. It's pretty incredible. Let's have a sip of water, everybody.
Water break and
Ooh, perfect timing, bro.
11:31. Thank you, Carla.
That's awesome. Great timing on that. All right, let's go ahead. So we got our head going, we got our shoulders going. Let's just get our hands and wrists moving a little bit. Let's just kind of go ahead and do some of our traditional movements with the wrist. And again, you can do the wrist with a closed fist. You can do it with an open hand. This one, you could call this one like, motorcycle driver. Well, only on one side, you'd have your brakes on the other, but motorcycle driver going up and down like that. You could have your hands open, going up and down, doing the side to side movement. And again, we'll work
bike.
on a bike.
Dirt bike.
Oh yeah, on the dirt bike, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, I used to ride a dirt bike around town. Everybody, it's very dangerous, and that's why I don't do it anymore. And it's a lot of work on your wrists. My wrists sometimes would be the most tired if I was riding my bike a long distance. The wrists and the elbows from being on those handlebars, and not only being on the handlebars, but on the hand that is accelerating the bike, you have to have a certain amount of grip, and you have to be holding on or the bike will slow down. The other hand you can take off, but with the one hand you can't. You got to keep that hand on there, and so it gets really, really tiring. And sometimes when you're stopping at a red light, you'll be doing things like what we're doing, where you're shaking out the arms, kind of swinging the arms and things like that, because your arms just get so tired from holding onto those handlebars. And I'm really glad I don't have that bike anymore. I don't think I'd be doing this right now if I did. Let's go ahead and, speaking of arm swings, let's go ahead and do some arm swings. So I'm going to do kind of like an arm circle in like the downward position, if you can see that. I'm in a seated position and I am sitting on a park bench, and you might be in a seated position and you might not be able to hang your arms all the way down. If that's the case, kind of do like an arm circle in front of your body right here. And I want you not to think about it too much. Don't try to worry about it being the most perfect circle or anything. Just moving it around. You can reverse direction if you want. And again, we're really thinking about this shoulder, just kind of moving around all carefree like that. Let's go ahead and go into an upper arm swing. So this is going to be where we're going to be swinging our arms up. And again, I have this picnic table here, so I'm having to kind of lift my arms up over the picnic table, but that's okay. Once I feel the range of motion, once I understand kind of where the benches are, I'm able to not hit them pretty easily. And you might find that is the case with a lot of things that you do, where like the first few times you got to get a feel for it. If you don't try, you'll never know. And then once you kind of get an idea of where the stuff is, it's almost like you don't even have to look at it anymore, because you know that you're going to be in a good position. Let's go one more, and let's try to go overhead. And I'm bringing my arms up. I'm actually bringing them up all the way overhead, dropping my elbow down through here. So just going up and down overhead. Nice job. Let's go for about 10 more of these. And it's not quite a jumping jack. You see, it's kind of a little more just swinging my arms up. Ooh, I'm feeling it in my trapezius, that's for sure. Let's go for 3 more.
down arm movement.
And 1. Woo. All right. So again, moving those arms around, moving those shoulders around. Again, that's something that we want to get. We want it to be nice and fluid. We also want that to go into our core. So let's go ahead and start with just like a core twist where we're just going to go kind of side to side. And I want you to think about your shoulders. So I want you to think about your shoulders, and you're just turning your shoulders from one side to the other. And allow your body to move however far that it's going to be. I'm just going one side to the other. And I'm thinking about my shoulders. I'm not thinking about my core. I'm thinking about my shoulders. One side to the other, turning. And then let's go ahead and add an elbow into that. So I'm going to bring an elbow up, maybe even an elbow back. So now I'm adding a little bit of weight and just moving. I got a nice little adjustment there. My spine made a little adjustment and said, hey, I like this position better now that I'm loosened up. And now let's go into a full reach with that. So I'm going to reach out and maybe even reach back. So I'm reaching, you can see I have a hand coming up behind my back, and then I'm going across my body. So reaching out and back, out and back. Let's go for 5 more of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And again, just like the circles were, when we're doing that twisty upper body move like that right there, we want to just be nice and careful. We don't want to worry about it too much. If we're doing the same thing with our legs, we can have our legs to where, again, our legs are just kind of easily swinging, just kind of moving real simply. Let's go ahead and do exercise for the legs. And so I'm going to stand up for this one. Let's see where my position is here. So I think if I come back here just a little bit, get my red ball. All right, got my red ball here. And I think if I put it down right there, that is. So I'm standing up here. I got this beautiful tree right here. It's so nice. And with my leg swing, I might just want to swing my leg back and forth. Now, the reason I'm holding onto the ball is that's for balance. So remember, this ball is going to balance me, and I can swing that leg up. And I can also kind of swing it out. So I can go out to the side this way. So this would be kind of a sideways move. I can also go forwards with it. So I'm going to swing a couple more like this. Now, if I didn't have something in front of me, let's see if I can do it. I could even swing it like around in a circle. And so I'm moving my leg and swinging it around. And when you're doing something like that, you're going to find that you got to put a lot of concentration into the move. Whereas swinging it forwards and backwards, there's not a lot of concentration. I'm really just trying to stay nice and tall, swing my leg nice and easy, and keep it going. But when I start to do something like the side lift, the side swing, well, that one's not too bad either. But you got to kind of think about it. And then, but when I try to do the rotation with my leg, oh my gosh, that is a really tough one. And I like that. I like trying to give myself a challenge like that, to where I go from maybe an easy version or a way of doing a movement, and then take that into a little more challenging, and then almost try to take that into something that I might not be able to do just yet. You know, for me, that's kind of a great option, is when I can find something where I'm like, ooh, I can't do this, but I think I can do it if I practice. Well, that's what I'm looking for. All right, let's go ahead and do, I'm thinking maybe a round of squats. And I'm going to do them with the ball. And so let's go ahead from here. I think I can do my squats right here without hitting my head. So I'm going to go up with the squat. But I want to add in something that's totally different from what we might be thinking. So what I'm going to do is do the squat, and then I'm going to do a pass around my body with the ball. If you don't have a ball, you could do a squat and then reach behind your back and then come back around. Something like that. That would work too. But watch, I'm going to go up, I'm going to go around, and then I'm going to sit back down. So that's going to be my exercise here, going up and around, sitting back down. And when I sit back down, I'm really just kind of committing to sitting down, just letting myself just kind of drop on down. I know the park bench is going to be there. So I have no problem just letting myself lower down. I'm not going too fast. I'm keeping myself in control. But again, it's just nice and easy. Going up, around. Let's go about 10 more of these. So going up. If you have anything, you can pass anything around behind your back. You know, with a nice behind the back pass. Ooh, I almost lost the ball there. That's what I wanted to have happen. I wanted a challenging moment. And I got it. Up and around. Up and around.
Nick cut it down. Good
More
Nick.
around. Nick's getting it good.
Yeah, he been
Woo.
he really good.
That's awesome, Nick. Great job. Very, very good. Let's have a sip of water, everybody. And how about, Nick, you're doing such a great job. Let's bring you up. And why don't you take us through? I'm going to give you a challenge, Nick. Let's do an exercise where you have to choose 3 moves and put them into a combo, and then we're going to do that 10 times. Let's see what you come up with. So it can only be 3 moves, but then we're going to do those 3 moves in order. We'll do them all 10 times. That's a little challenge for Nick. Let's have some water, everybody. Drinking water. I just learned my.
Okay.
Yep. So you got it. I see, and that's the thing. So we're giving Nick a challenge right here, which I like, and you can already hear him thinking about the challenge. So Nick he was thinking he might have 10 exercises or 20 or 30 exercises, but the challenge was come up with 3 that you think will go into a good order that we could then do 10 times. And so what's neat now is we have Nick. He's going to be having to think of something here, and what do you think, Nick? What would be your 3 favorite exercises that we would do it for 10 repetitions?
Oh, how about on the tweet and
Okay,
on that
two,
and
an
then
arm lift,
sideways.
and then doing side raise.
Yeah, 10.
So doing that 10 times. All right, let me
Yeah.
get ready. All right, you count it out for us. I like this. We'll focus on the armpit, above the armpit. All right, are we ready?
Yeah, the 1 and 1 and 1. 2 and 2 and 2. 3 and 3.
Ooh, I like this.
4
Close,
and 4.
away, and far away.
5 and 5. Dip and dip. 7 and 7. 8 and 8.
I'm feeling it.
9 and 9 and 9. Mama. Okay, 4, 5, 2 and 1. Up. 5, 2 and 1. I'm out. 5, 2 and 1 and 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1.
Oh wow, Nick, what muscles do you feel that in?
I feel that in my armpit butter,
Yeah,
my bicep,
nice.
my deltoid,
Yeah, the deltoids.
and my tricep.
Nice, awesome. And remember that the triceps and the biceps, they extend out this lower part of the arm. That's their job, and one of their jobs. And so when we were reaching out and holding that arm out, that's that tricep and bicep that's going to be doing the work. Remember, the deltoid is going to provide the arm lift, and it's also going to be working when you're doing the arm reach, because now that deltoid, it's got to hold up now a heavier feeling arm. Right here, my arm might feel like it weighs like 10 pounds. And then out here, it might feel like it weighs 12 pounds or 13 pounds because it's farther away from my body. So, Nick, I got to tell you, that was not what I was expecting. And it was awesome. It was so cool. That was a terrific job. Do you want to try to do one more like that? 3 exercises, but this time we're going to do them 5 times. And it can be something if you want to stand up or if you want to sit down. You can decide on how you want to do it. But that was so impressive. I want to see what you come up with here again.
Oh,
Everybody,
honey,
okay,
honey,
thinking high knee,
ball,
going down into a ball,
dog,
star. That's it then. High knee, ball, star.
twiggly.
Okay, that's 4. You want to go with 4?
Yeah,
All right, you got it. You're in the spotlight. So, all right, so call it out for us. So we're gonna go high knee,
honey,
ball,
ball,
star,
dog,
twist, twist.
twiggly. One,
Okay, give us the
honey,
count. All right, there you go.
honey,
High knee, ball,
ball, dog, twiggly. 2, honey, ball, dog, and 3. 2 more.
good pivots. Those was good, strong left.
Honey,
Whoa! Look at the strength in his legs.
ball, dog, and boom.
It's strong.
Yep. Honey, ball, dog, and bye-bye.
Wow, Nick. Not only was that also a really cool combo. Let's go ahead and have a water break. That was not only a cool combo, but I saw a few times where you went from balancing on one foot to going back to 2 feet, and you were so strong. You looked so strong, and everybody, that is a big part of that 1 foot balancing exercise. So when Nick's doing the 1 foot balance, when we're talking about the 1 foot balance, a big part of the 1 foot balance, everybody thinks it's the balancing, right? Everybody's kind of like, well, yeah, it's called the 1 foot balance. But I got to tell you, there's 2 parts to the 1 foot balance. The first part is going up into the balance. The second part is coming back down. And sometimes when we come back down, if we don't come down in the right spot and our body feels that, it's going to feel awkward. We might feel like we are losing our balance. We might feel like we're going to maybe fall, and our brain will then have to respond to that. And so what is neat about what Nick is showing us is that when his foot finds the ground, he's using that feeling to find his balance and stability. And Nick, that is really impressive. I like what you're doing. I want to know, does anybody want to see roof ball? Y'all want to see some roof ball? I want to show roof ball. Yeah, let's show some roof ball. Everybody, this is roof ball. This is a fun, we're going to have to move. This is a fun game.
11:48 and water break. My
So
God.
so let's water break it up. And then I'm going to do a round of roof ball. This is one, me and my buddy Landon, we love this game. And I got to find a place for the camera. I think I found one. But roof ball is when you have a roof. So can you see the roof behind me here on this building? So there's a roof right there.
It's really good.
Okay, so we're going to move over here just a little bit. Let's see. And this is something that's fun to do if you're ever kind of out in the park or something like that. And let's see, we can see there's the building right there. So there's the roof, and here's the ball. And all you got to do with roof ball, and it's fun if you have 2 people, you can have one person go to the other side. But with roof ball, what I like to do, if I'm doing this and it's just with one person, is I'll throw the ball up on the roof, then I'll turn around, and then I'll turn back around and I'll try to catch it before it falls down. So if you're ever at a park and you find a roof, you could do it yourself. Maybe you could throw the ball up there and then you could give yourself an exercise, like maybe do a squat and then try to catch it. I like the turning around because then you get a surprise. If you have a partner, you can try to throw the ball all the way over the top, which is hard. Yeah, I didn't make it. You could throw it all the way over the top, and then you and your partner could throw it back and forth. So there's a lot of options you could do. You could also, if you were a coach and you were working with somebody, you could stand behind them. You can throw the ball up to where you have a good, it's going to be coming back down. And then from there, you can just kind of do repetition on that. So let's go ahead and do a few where we do surprise. Let's go for 10. And so I'm going to throw it up here. I'm going to stand here, and then I'm going to turn around and try to catch it. So there's 1. And so if I throw it, I don't know how long I can stand backwards for. Oh, and then you see you got to kind of maybe move. Maybe it goes a different way. So, and then I'm going to turn. And I lost it. That's what's kind of fun about roof ball, everybody, is that if you give yourself a challenge, you can have a little bit of fun with it. Now, it doesn't matter if the ball hits the ground because it's just a bouncy ball. And it doesn't really matter if the ball hits the roof. And so, again, we're just trying to turn around and get that surprise and have it to where, again, we're working out our body and our muscles, and we're working that like sense of surprise and the sense of like, ooh, the quickness, the urgency. And that's a lot of what we talk about in our workouts is the quickness and the urgency. I'm moving over here because there's some people who are going to have lunch, and I know they want to have lunch where I was doing roof ball. So I'm moving for them so they can go over there and do their lunch in the lunch spot. But it was kind of fun to show that while there was nobody there. And, perfect. And again, pretty neat. That's roof ball. And it's kind of fun that I got to show that. I just happened to have, again, that bouncy ball that I picked up from my storage unit. So if you have a bouncy ball and you have somewhere you can throw it up high, you want to get that ball to kind of disappear from you being able to see it. And then the goal is to have it reappear and then almost surprise you in a way to where you then have to react to try to catch it before it hits the ground, or maybe you can let it bounce one time. But again, that would be roof ball. Let's have a sip of water. Ooh, that little bug, he is all the way. Let me see if I can show y'all. He's right there next to where I drink. He doesn't want to be on camera.
Yeah, we can see
Yeah.
it goes on.
He's shy bug. You see that? I kept putting him on camera, and he kept going away. I'm gonna leave him there while I drink. I hope he doesn't try to go into my mouth. He didn't. He ran away from me. Imagine being that close to a giant's mouth. That's what just happened to that bug. If you think about how big I am compared to that bug, I'm a giant, and I'm even bigger than a giant. I mean, I am humongous compared to that bug. And imagine being that close to going into something that big going into their mouth. You'd be like, what is going on? Oh my gosh. Again,
Can you bother the wall? My car, I don't know what bossing through the wall means.
is that in the chat room?
Yeah.
Let me check it out. Everybody have a sip of water. We got a busy chat room going on here.
And then
Oh yeah, you can.
pretty
Yeah, through the wall.
warm.
Yeah, nice. Nice. I gotta get this camera so it doesn't fall down. All right, there we go. Bring that up. Nice. All right. Remember, everybody, we're out here. We're at the park called Holiday Park, and this is in Carlsbad. And again, the reason I'm here is because I'm still moving things out of that old property that I lived at, and it's also about 20 degrees cooler here. It feels like it's maybe 70 degrees outside. It's very nice. It's cloudy, and thank you. It's a really, really nice day. Nice time to be outside. Everybody, we have just a few more minutes. We had some really good leadership from Nick If you're a team leader and you didn't get to do leadership today, on Friday, let's plan on having you up for some leadership. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to double check with my buddy Chris Hill. We might be at the studio, me and Chris. So if not, we'll see where we'll be. We might still be at the studio, but again, everybody, so happy we could make it to some of these workouts. Let's do a couple more things with the bouncy ball. So again, with this bouncy ball, there's going to be a few options you can do. We already did the passing the ball around the body. Another good one, Carla does this one a lot. I like to kind of call it the cheer. It's where you're kind of going up over your shoulder. And if you're at a picnic table like I am, you could even use the picnic table to kind of bounce the ball off of. So I could bring it down and tap it. And by tapping it, I'm making my muscles have to kind of to hold on to it. You know, it's a bouncy ball, wants to bounce. And that's a good action. That reverb going through your body, that can actually help you to strengthen up your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists. And so if you were going like this, we're doing a tap and up, tap like this. That would be a good way where you could again
It
get
goes
these.
on. Nick want to know if we can come to the studio on Wednesday next week. Right, Nick?
I'll double check, Nick. Let me make sure. I'm not going to be up in Los Angeles, but there might be an opportunity for that, and then you can do your strength test. So let's go again. Let's go with that cheer exercise. I'm going to do this now with the bounce. So with the bounce, I'm not having to deal with the impact, but what I am having to do is I'm having to let go of this and kind of catch it at a particular time and moment. And so this can help me to work on my coordination of my hands. And again, I'm going up over my shoulders. Let's go for 5 more of these. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Another one you can do with a ball where you have the table is you can do like a high bounce and catch where you're going to bring the ball down and kind of try to bounce it up and then catch it so I can bounce it on the table. You could even try to do a clap and catch. So this is something that we've done before where we've thrown the object up and done the clap and catch. So when you have a table like this, and you could do it off the ground with the bouncy ball as well. But again, with the bouncy ball, unlike the towel or what else, the sandbag or the medicine ball, well, those things don't bounce. And so we don't have that ability to slam it down and have it bounce back up for us. Whereas with the bouncy ball, we do. So it gives us a different motion. Instead of throwing up and then clapping, we're throwing down and clapping. But we're still having to then go back up and catch. So let's go ahead and do 10 of these. And then let's get ready for that breathing motto because it's coming your way after a water break. So here we go for 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, double clap. 5, 6. Ooh, I tried to go for 3 and I didn't get it. 7, 8, that was 3. 9, that was 3 again. That was 4, and that was 10. Oh my gosh, everybody, I did not think I was going to get 4. That was the babiest of claps ever. Oh my gosh, that's pretty neat. So again, there it is. That's the feeling that we want to get from the workouts. I still get it when I work out. I just got it from the simplest of exercises, which was bouncing a ball, clapping and catching it. Not only do I get that feeling of, wow, look, I did something I didn't think I could do. I had a challenge. I had some motor skill. I had planning. I had a lot of different functions of my fitness that were all being challenged, even though it might have seemed like a simple exercise. So the point being is that don't think of an exercise as being, well, if it's simple, it's not going to be effective. Some of the simplest exercises are the most effective. And you got to remember that, and you got to try those out. You got to try them out because if you get it, you might want to go again. I almost want to see if I can do the back claps. And see, that's the idea is my body is now drawn to seeing what I can do with this. And I think that's really special about exercise because we can do that every day. And it's going to give you a good reason to just take on the day. So let's have some water. Oh my gosh, she's on the cat. this bug has been on my bottle for the entire workout. And now, oh, there he goes. He's spinning. He's spinning on the cap. Oh my gosh, he's on the cap.
It's
like,
12
what?
o'clock right now.
All right, Karen, you want to do the breathing motto and just bring it on home? You want me to do it?
Okay. I
I'll do
can
it.
do it with you starting my 4-0.
You want me to get it started?
We can do 1 and 2.
Let's do 1 and 2. I'll do the first line and you do
Yeah.
the second. Yeah, you don't have to say it too loud. We can hear you really good.
Okay.
All right, everybody. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in the good.
Breathe out the bad.
Breathe in the happy.
Breathe out the sad.
Breathe in your best.
Breathe out your worst.
Breathe in your power.
So you can read the article first.
Bing. Nice job. Great job, Karen. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful workout, everybody. Thanks for being here on this Wednesday workout. Remember, we got one more coming on Friday, and then the Friday night fitness social. Everybody's talking about it. You got to be there on the Friday link. We'll see everybody soon. Here we go, everybody. I'm going to give it the countdown. We got some places to go, and you got people to hug. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful